Hey guys, in this video I'll be talking about devices registering with Backendless for push notifications. Whenever you need to deliver a push notification to an Android or an iOS device, first it must be registered with Backendless, and it is part of the device registration process. You can read about it in the documentation. Whenever a device is registered with Backendless, you can actually see all of the devices registered right in the Backendless database. For this, I'm going to be using one of the production applications that is in Backendless. That's why some parts are blurred out. But here, if you were to go to the data section and then select the device registration table, you can see it is selected right here, and this application has roughly 4,000 devices. This is where all the devices that are registering with your app will show up. And the schema of this table cannot change. It is one of the system level tables. Whenever a device registers with Backendless, it needs to register with a channel name, or it could actually specify multiple channels. In this case, if you register a device with multiple channels, you will have multiple records in this table. But here you can also see the operating system of the device, the operating system version, device token, which is what a device receives from Apple push notification service or from Firebase cloud messaging. There is also device ID, and there is a relationship with the user table. In this case, this application doesn't establish relationships with, which is fine. It is completely optional, though there are some benefits in registering devices with the user, and this registration happens if you were to register a device after user is logged in. Since this is just a table in Backendless database, all the traditional operations such as exporting data out of this table, running queries, all of them apply automatically. So here, if you were let's say find out how many iOS devices exist in your application, all you need to do is run a query that looks like this: operating system name equals iOS. So it runs this query, and as you can see, there are roughly 2,500 devices. But you can also run any kind of query. It could be a complex query where if you want to find out how many Android versions, Android devices version 8.0 are there, and so on. So you can just run all the queries that you want. Similarly, if you can apply additional cloud code business logic that would be applicable to the time when the device is being registered. So this is quite helpful, especially or particularly whenever you work with devices that register for push notifications, and it's presented to you in a very familiar format.